All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there, just like you, just like me. It's a German band called Bad Sister. You should check them out. Where will you go? Had these guys on the show. Really fun, nice people from Germany. I love the artwork on this, and you should check it out. It is melodic rock. It's kind of like a combination of Jefferson Airplane and Whitesnake. Or you could say Starship and Whitesnake, I guess. But I really like it. Bad Sister. Speaking of Bad Sisters, Stevie Nicks is out there, and she's canceling shows. Yeah. Stevie Nicks fans in 3 states, including Oklahoma, got to the edge. Oh, they have to use these puns of seeing the 2-time Rock and Roll Hall of Famer in concert. Yeah, she's inducted twice. Did you know that? She's in with Fleetwood Mac, and then she's in as a solo artist. In case you didn't know that. Of course, they're going to make sure that they put 2-time Rock and Roll Hall of Famer in there, only to have their chance fly away like a white-winged dove. Who writes this stuff? Nicks is canceling 3 of her current solo tour dates due to ongoing illnesses within the band. The cancellations include her rescheduled dates at Oklahoma City's Paycom Center and New Orleans Smoothie King Center. Now, obviously, this is a very vague report. There are ongoing illnesses within her band. I'm wondering why there aren't backup musicians who can be called in to do this stuff. I mean, you would think to be on standby just in case somebody can't perform. Now, again, I'm thinking that because of the paranoia of this particular artist, Stevie Nicks, during the thing-demic, that her perception of what's happening, and let's be honest too, there are contracts that get signed. The band, yes, for instance, couldn't get insurance for their concerts overseas, I believe in the UK, for 2 reasons: the war in Ukraine and the floating particle, which still lurks out there and which could just completely devastate the entire stadium. Because isn't this like a super spreader event? I mean, why even have a concert anymore if it's a super spreader? Now, you don't hear that language anymore. Mysteriously, it has disappeared, but I'll never forget what they did and what they put people through. Her upcoming Birmingham, Alabama concert at Legacy Arena, scheduled for April 5th, has also been canceled. And that's kind of it. Refunds will be available at the point of purchase. Refunds. Nicks last week announced that she was rescheduling her Oklahoma City show, originally slated for March 30th to April 11th, citing continued illness with, yes, she did finally mention on this one, the thing. Now, she didn't want to come out of her house. She was a lot like Howard Stern. That's the way she handled this. She even said some things like she didn't ever think that maybe concerts would be something she'd want to do. And then she took a real robust approach to concerts this year. Last month, Nicks, who turns 75 in May, also had to postpone 2 Northern California shows on her solo tour due to the thing still going on in her band. Those dates have been rescheduled. Now, here's just a little add-on here. Now, everybody, I'm sure, has done what they're supposed to do. You've gone to CVS once, and then maybe you've gone to Walgreens, and maybe you've gone back to CVS. Yeah, I'm thinking double, triple, quadruple, right? Because, hey, this is the only way you can mitigate. Now, there are a few people out there that have this theory that the more you do this, the more problems it causes. Yeah. I mean, and there are studies out there, of course. Somebody tried to reach out to me about the video I did about Christine McVie, and they did it in a very stealthy way, which shows that obviously their motives are just to get under my skin about what happened to Christine McVie. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, people, if you haven't seen the evidence, if you're just hanging on like Yahoo News or some Google Hangout thing, whatever it is that you get your information from, if you're still doing that as a way to research and find things out for yourself, which a lot of people don't, they want the experts to just tell them, the so-called experts, okay? If you're getting that information just from those people, you'll notice what they do is they used to talk about all this stuff. And like I said, super spreader, remember that one? Now, why aren't all of these events considered super spreader events? Why? Well, Dave, we cured that problem. Really? Then why are they still canceling shows? The logic here is incredible. Now, unless it's Stevie herself, they should have other musicians on standby. I don't understand why they don't. They should. If you're going to do a tour and it's going to make this kind of money, you can probably afford the added expense of having backup musicians ready to go so people don't have to, cancel all the plans they make. If you're Bruce Springsteen, for instance, people fly in from Peoria. Well, maybe not Peoria. They fly in from all over the world, right, to see Bruce Springsteen. And what happens is then you get to the venue and you find out that the show is canceled, or you find out 6 hours before the show that it's canceled, or maybe even get there the day before, because you make these plans and you spend a lot of money because certain people have incredible amounts of disposable income. And I'm thinking, if you want to go see Stevie Nicks, who again turns 75 in May, this might be one of the last opportunities to do so. Okay. It says here Nicks previously played Oklahoma City as part of the legendary rock band Fleetwood Mac in 2003 and 2015. Her now scrapped Paycom Center. I love how they name everything. Paycom Center. It's the Paycom. That's so catchy. You're going to the Paycom Center tonight to see a concert. Ooh. That would have been her first solo show in downtown Oklahoma City, which is now a cultural mecca thanks to Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, I mean, you didn't hear that story? Bruce Springsteen turned Oklahoma City into a place that everybody wants to visit. People from all over the world have to get to Oklahoma City because that's where all the culture is. Never mind about how backward the people are in Oklahoma, right? Oklahoma City is going to be the next Austin, Texas, which means pray for Oklahoma, right? Because things are going to go downhill quickly. With her solo induction in 2019, Nicks became the first woman to be twice ushered into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, mostly because of politics. Having previously joined the fabled Rock Hall in 1998 as part of Fleetwood Mac. Now, again, Nicks didn't have the catalog to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. She just didn't. Okay, but whatever. I don't think it's the worst induction in the history of the Hall of Fame. There are so many others that you can point to. Nicks is also touring stadiums this year with fellow Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Billy Joel. Yeah, the next date on their co-headlining Two Icons One Night Only track is scheduled for April 8th. So that's coming up soon. I wonder if that's going to get scrapped. Or maybe it'll just be Billy Joel without Stevie Nicks. So yeah, look, folks, I think the punchline to all of this, everybody who ran out to Walgreens and went again and then got their test and then got another test and then, everybody's still testing, which is bizarre. It's bizarre that people are still in this mode, but there are many people. Well, I'd rather be safe than sorry and know what it is. Really? So you can be fearful for the rest of your life? Because for the first time in history, we've made something that's pretty ordinary into something that is lethal, that in your brain, even if it's not true, your perception of what it is has drastically changed. And you become just bought and paid for by these pharmaceutical companies. You have been paid for. The propaganda, the level of the advertising that goes on, the messaging, you can't get on a bus or go to a grocery store, any of this stuff without seeing posters and billboards and all kinds of crap telling you what you need to do. I mean, again, it's Orwellian and it's worked. It's been super effective, except for the fact that it hasn't worked in the real world, and hence the canceled shows. So yeah, I mean, if you're going to go see Stevie Nicks, get ready to have that show canceled, because somebody in that band drops a tissue on the floor, the whole place is going to have to be shut down, and then you're going to have to bring in a hazmat crew, and then maybe they'll go back there, a month from when the incident occurred. And yeah, am I being a little hyperbolic? Yeah, I am. I'm just tired of the world. I'm tired. Yesterday with this Trump indictment thing really pissed me off. You know what? And I'm not even the biggest Trump supporter. I am not. But this is so ridiculous on its face. And there's a plan behind it. There's a plan behind all of this stuff to make people fearful, to make people isolated, and to make people just constantly angry with each other, because no one's going to agree on the government telling you who you should vote for, and the government also telling you how to go about your daily life. And that includes, obviously, going to CVS multiple times or whatever it is they want you to do. And it's just never ending. In 2020, I think I made that prediction, like, this isn't going to go away. And here we are, 3+ years later. 3 years. We're in the throes of chaos and panic 3 years ago, and we're still talking about this. We're still talking about it. I would probably give some advice to musicians. I mean, if you've got this contract and it's got all these stupid provisions in it because of the thing, then maybe it's not worth doing this. Maybe you should go to places that don't, in other countries, maybe. I mean, there's got to be a few countries out there that aren't this crazy, and the insurance costs, ridiculous. And I don't know how you get around that. Apparently you couldn't get around it in the UK for the band Yes when they tried to get insurance for their gigs. Next year, I guess, maybe because it's a year later and this is going to die down more and nobody's going to care. I'm sure they'll still care. They'll just give them a better rate, because, hey, we can't do this forever, but yet here we are. We're doing it forever. All right, people. Here's Bad Sister. This is good music. Where will you go? There's like nowhere to go. That's the problem. There's nowhere to go. The world is just collapsing. I mean, there are a few good places to go, but, you got to have some money to do that. Florida, where I live, it's not bad. It's not bad. There are still lunatics running around here, though. And, you've got all of this weird stuff happening with kids and what they're arguing about as far as what's appropriate for kids to see. And people, I guess people can't agree on that anymore. They can't agree that certain things are inappropriate for children to see and listen to. I guess they can't grasp that belief anymore, that concept. It's too difficult. All right. I think I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, folks. Best way to help the algorithm, like the videos, subscribe to the channel. I don't do enough of this back selling stuff that I used to do on radio, but I tell people, please, if you want to help, Patreon for $1 a month. It may come to the point, and this is just how I'm feeling today, is that I need to move everything over to Rumble at some point. By the way, the channel is on Rumble. All the videos I do here do go over to Rumble, and they go over to Odyssey as well. At least I think they are still going over there. I'll have to check it. I don't go over there to look at comments or anything. I've made $1.77 so far on Rumble, and this is what I do. I didn't necessarily choose to do this. I kind of fell into it, and then things, started to go pretty well. But because I'm a little outspoken and I don't stay in my lane, sometimes things happen, things get said, and I'm thinking the algorithm doesn't like me all that much. So share the videos, like the videos, do what you can to help. If you can't do anything financially, because eggs are like $8 a carton right now, I get it. Well, I got them for $3. I'll get that from people too. I found them for $3. Well, good. Buy them then. Buy a whole bunch of eggs for $3 a carton. That's great. The point is, things are very expensive, and sometimes, people prioritize. They're like, this guy, no. Food, yes. Gas, yes. Trying to, put air conditioning in my house, yes. Heat, yes. All right. Anyway, I'm done.